Well, number one, I did some digging, and you always seem like you ready to brawl in these games. Like you're very hype in the beginning. I know you're even killed, but you seem very locked in.
You knew that Christian Mahogany wasn't gonna let you get hit, how you would feel great.
Right.
So I would say I'm the best guard in the country.
What's up, Cowboy Nation? This is Iisha Morrison with two eyes, and I'm here with Christian Mahogany, inside O lineman from Boston College. I'm really excited to be here and talk to him today. Kind of caught my attention during the Shrine Bowl week, and I really kind of watched how you were out there performing. And so I'm glad we got the opportunity to connect and hopefully spend some time kind of letting the people get to know you a little bit today. I wanted to kind of tell some folks a little bit about you before we get into the interview process. And I caught a interview of you, really quick interview of you with Tony Catalina from Pro Football Focus and Network rather, and he said you told him that you play relentless, and that really stood out to me because when you turn on the tape, that's what you see from you. I think you play with tremendous power on contact. You got quick hands and feet. You can take on duo and combo blocks with ferocity, and you can still disengage and climb to the second level. You have a heavy anchor that can stop people in their tracks, and you're a tone-setting offensive lineman. I really like the temperament in which you play with. Did I get you right? Did I get you?
Yeah.
Did I get you right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
you didn't give up a single QB hit or a sack last season, which is hella impressive. Like, oh, don't touch my quarterback, big dog. And you are also a 3-year starter. Hell of a resume. Really excited to have you here. Let the people know who you are a little bit.
Yeah, appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to tell the people a little bit about yourself as far as like how you got here and what
Oh
football
yeah.
means to you? Yeah.
Yeah, I was a young kid with dreams. I would say I didn't start playing football till high school.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like I was forced to play as a young kid or like it happened like quickly for me. I would say
Right.
for me it took time. I started playing football in high school and I started playing defensive line at first, and then I moved to offensive line because my coaches thought it would be best for my career if I did that, and I guess they were right. So that's how I started. Yeah, so that's how I started
Yeah.
playing football. I wasn't like a kid that's been playing since he was like 4 years old. Story. It wasn't me. I was playing other sports. So
Wow. So yeah, actually that's gonna bring me to my one of my first questions is, what was your biggest area of growth that you had to make, from, coming in early and not playing football prior to high school?
yeah, so not playing in high school, there's a lot of disadvantages. The kids in freshman and JV at the JV level were probably a lot better than me at the time. But obviously, as I got older and learned more about the game, and I just wanted to always learn and grow, especially like my junior year, because I made that transition to a new position. I
Hmm.
wanted to learn more and be able to help my team win games and not, like be bad at my position. So,
Right.
then I saw, the work paying off, scholarships and things of that nature, free school, and coaches telling me they think I could do this and stuff like that. So then I started to take it even more serious than what I already was. So yeah, I mean, those people definitely had an advantage on me in high school, but I wouldn't say they do now. So
Mm. Talk
it's
about it. That's
definitely,
that's one
yeah,
thing I've noticed about you in this little time that I've gotten to talk to you. You're an extremely confident player in your ability, but that's what you want, man. Like,
yeah,
who's gonna tell you you're better than you? You have to
yeah,
think that way, right?
yeah.
So I know you're from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, highly taught it out of like I was doing some digging, big dog, and people were really anticipating where you decided to go to college. You chose Boston College. Why did you choose Boston College?
Yeah, BC. Actually, they were my last scholarship offer
Wow.
in my process, and they weren't in my top five or like top 10, and I wasn't like I wasn't a 5-star, 4-star, like recruit. I was just a regular offensive line prospect out of high school, and they were my last scholarship, and I went to go take that visit but on the second signing day, because I think that was the first or maybe second year that there was a second signing day.
Hmm.
So I went to go take my visit in January, and I just fell in love. Like the guys around, the coaching staff at the time, Coach Adazio's staff, and how close it was to home, while also not being as close to home, and the
Right.
education and the O line, like how the O line, like family and institution of Boston College, how the progress of O linemen for them and being at the next level. So I saw myself, I envisioned myself in the next levels, coming from Boston College. So I chose Boston College, and it was due to all those factors. And the degree is really good. The alumni network, everything that came with me going to Boston College,
Yeah.
definitely helped.
Yeah, we've seen some good offensive linemen come out of Boston College, which brings me to my next question. Who are some of the guys that you draw inspiration from? Because you've had some players come out of your college that you could look up to.
Yeah, so Zion, I played with Zion Johnson.
Hmm.
We played together on the same side in 2020, my first year starting, when we moved him out to tackle. So we did that, and he was a big help for me. Him and my mom and his mom were really good friends. They would travel together and stuff like that. So Zion was definitely one. The guys who I really started with and like played with early on. So Zion Johnson, Ben Petrula, Alec Lindstrom, and Tyler Vrabel. So we all kind of gelled. That was our O line for 2 years before everyone left for the draft. I was the last man standing because I was the young guy. So, but yeah, those guys definitely helped. And a couple pro guys I watched, excuse me, and I've talked to, in the past. So definitely those guys definitely helped my coaches as well. So.
What was that like, man? What was it like being the last guy standing when you're used to having some of those veteran guys around you? What was that like? How did you have to adjust to that?
Yeah, so you're the young guy, like even in 21 when I felt like I was becoming the player that I am, today, and becoming better at football and learning more stuff every day. I was still the young guy. It wasn't like I was like, we all had mutual respect for each other and stuff of that nature, but I was still like the younger guy, and I wouldn't say I didn't have really any say, but I didn't really say as much. It wasn't needed for me at the time. So, going from that to being the whole voice, and then
Wow.
tearing it, getting hurt and then coming back, and then you have to reestablish yourself. So with the new crew, so that is just it's just ebbs and flows of football. So I mean, I'm getting ready to do that again. At the next level, I don't expect to have a big speaking role next year. So I'm the young guy again. So I mean, yeah. So I'm
No,
excited.
you're ready. You've experienced every side of it, and that's valuable. It's valuable, especially since I can even say for myself, even in my military time, I've been the baby, the nugget, the private, and then I moved my way up, and so I definitely understand what it is taking on that responsibility and have to, change your routine and be the example and everything. Yeah. All right. So you said to me that you played DT before, which
Yeah.
is crazy, right? And we do see a lot of guys transition from defense to offense and vice versa and things like that. It don't always work out pretty. So, for you though, you saw success being an offensive lineman coming from DT. What was the hardest part about the transition, and then what were some of the things that were easy for you to pick up on because of being on the other side of the ball?
Yeah, it was just really learning like the plays and stuff of that nature, like power. Like I knew what they were obviously because I had to play D line, so I knew what power and counter, inside outside zone was, like reading keys for on offensive linemen. So I felt like that definitely helped down the line as well, but I'll talk from the start. And then, the hardest part as a like transitioning from offense to defense, or in my case defense to offense, I just didn't know anything about it. And I
Hmm.
was just, I had good guys in front of me, like older guys that did it, because in high school we played both ways anyway.
Yes.
So so I had some older guys, ask them questions. My coaches were good, so they helped me with that. And watching NFL pro guys back then, I mean, I didn't have the resource I had now, but like I just go on YouTube and stuff like that. But
Right.
now in the game, like knowing, I think about like kind of what I would have done back then as a D tackle, and then trying to use that to my advantage now, like the stance,
Yeah.
like stuff like that. So like I know, like, oh, if this hands down, he's gonna do this maybe,
Right.
or this hands down this way, or a slant the foot's up, which foot's up, slanting and stuff like that. So it's just knowing keys and stuff. But like I've played the position, so I can honestly say that I know more keys. But I would say it was just like learning the playbook, the different terminology, the formations, knowing if it's 12, 11, 13, you know, so.
No. It's interesting to me because I was definitely going to ask you, does it help you pick up on tendencies? Does it help you with your counters? Does it help you just with the feel of the game? So thank you for answering that without even having to ask. Okay. So moving forward, because versatility is something that everybody loves in this NFL now. That's why I purposely called you an inside O-lineman and not just a guard, because so which side of the ball which side do you prefer? You prefer the right side? I see you get busy on the right side, but do you think you're capable of playing on the left side if necessary?
Yeah, I mean, I played right because we had to move. Zion wanted to go back to guard for his senior year, so they moved, me, like I said, I was the young guy, so they said, Christian, you're going to move the right guard. I said, okay. So that whole season, I played right guard, no problem. No problem for me. I transitioned to it. I became comfortable, got in my stance, thousands of reps. But, I played left guard in 2020, and I recently played left guard at the Shrine. So I think I could definitely do it. Center is definitely more, it would take some more work for me, but it's nothing like I'm scared of. I mean, I know offense is I pick up on stuff pretty quick. So it wouldn't be the knowing part. It would just be, transitioning and snapping and doing everything over and just taking those countless reps. But I think I could do the left guard thing. I did it in the Shrine, so all week I played it in the game.
I seen you. I seen you. If they're moving this guy everywhere, he is not getting his ass kicked, y'all. Do y'all see this? Are y'all seeing this? That's how it was. But you keep answering my question before I get to my question, because I sure was gonna ask you if you were okay with moving a little bit more to the middle of the line if necessary, because I don't know if you know, but
you said interior.
They want a center real bad. So
I mean, I bet they do, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Whatever they need me to do, I'll do.
Okay. All right. So I seen some of number one, I did some digging, and you always seem like you ready to brawl in these games. Like, you very hype in the beginning. I know you're even killed, but you seem very locked in. Give me your pregame food. What you eating? Are you eating anything? Because some people don't be eating nothing.
Yeah, so I do my eating really the night before. So I don't really eat much on game day. Okay. I like to be empty stomach. I can't really eat, or I feel bad. Like, I'll feel like heavy and top heavy and just like everything. I won't feel good. So I just try to eat like light carbs. Like, it depends on the time of the game. I hope we play, like, I know at the next level I'm going to play at every time. So it's going to be a little different. But in college, mostly Boston College, we played at 12. I would say I played more 12 o'clock games, and I loved it. So I just like to wake up and play. But 12 o'clock, if it was a 12 o'clock game, I'm eating like a honey stinger or like some carbs and like just pounding like fluids, and that's it. And then I'll eat after the game. I go to town after the game.
Please, what is a honey stinger?
It's like something they give us, carbohydrates. It's like a little like cookie. I actually think I have one in my bag.
Oh, because it sounds fantastic.
It's like a little snack. It's nothing like, it's not a full meal. I don't eat full. If it's an early game, I can't eat full meals. So I don't know how I'll be at 1 o'clock. Like, when we play at 1 o'clock in the league, I don't know how I'll do that. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. I'll probably do the same thing.
I mean, honestly, I at first I was kind of like, what the heck? But then I just thought about, even when I was in the military, when we would take our PT test, which is like our physical fitness test, we would, like, the dinner before, like the night before, was when you got all your stuff. And then we would take the test bright and early in the morning, and you weren't, I mean, it's not at 12 o'clock, but it's not like, I get what you're saying. Like, you still have the energy to perform, but that's because you be really moving people out the way out there to not be eating nothing. At all. All right. Pre-game music. Who you listening to? Who you like?
I listen to a lot of people. I'm not really like, I have a playlist. I have a couple playlists. I mean, it depends. Like, when I'm in the bus, because we go to mass before games, so I don't really like to hype myself up then. I feel like there's no point. I'm not going to play.
Right.
So I listen to whoever, Drake, whatever's in my playlist, whatever is in my music at the time. I don't like just, and then when I get to game time, I listen to like kind of a little more disrespectful stuff. So like
Oh,
Chief Keef, like young NBA Young Boy, stuff of that nature.
I
Uh,
wasn't expecting Chief Keef, but by the way you play, Chief
yeah,
Keef makes sense right now. It,
yeah.
it makes it makes sense. Okay, okay, okay. So I think you answered this question for me privately, but who is a player that you respect, that you feel like people should be paying attention to for next year's draft?
Yeah, Ozzy Trapillo. I feel like he's really good for next year at Boston College. If he's gonna stay at Boston College. So yeah, transfer portal now, but Ozzy Trapillo is definitely that guy. We played next to each other this year. I've seen him grow from young. Like I think my first year starting was his first year in college. So it was good. It's good to see him grow, how much he grew as a player, and now I think he's going to be a first round pick next year. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think anybody really is on him right now, just because it's Boston College, but he'll have a lot of talk around him next year.
Well, I'm gonna definitely tell the guys on the draft show to keep an eye out for him. All right, so we're gonna get a little in our fifis. It's cool, it's cool, it's cool, but there's a side of the game that people don't like to talk about, and that's the end of it, right? We talk about the NFL and how great and the opportunity is, and what it can do for your life, but I really like to see more players really doing the planning on what life is outside of football and what their plan is, for when they are done with football, because it's not going to last forever,
No,
right? And a lot of time when guys get done, you have so much life to still live, right? So I really want to know what impact you want to have on this game when it's all said and done.
yeah, I never really envisioned myself playing this game for as long as I have in the first place. Like I said, I think I'm playing on house money right now.
Right.
I'm just playing just as long as I can play. This is really like a fake life to me. It's not, it's not really like real in some regards, but some ways it is my life and I take it serious. But like I said, it's house money. I mean, after the game's over, I don't know. I don't know if I'll get back in the game, but maybe I'll probably get sucked into coaching with some of my former teammates. Some of my former teammates are doing it now. So I might get sucked into coaching or just, helping, camps, my kids, my stuff of that nature, but I definitely have a plan for after ball. I mean, I have a pretty good degree. I have a Boston College business degree, and I want to do things outside, manage my money, save my money, do the things the right way. I think I'm gonna get it. I think I really do want to do real estate, but I can be a resource to help people if they need advice in the NFL or college or however. I could do that stuff. It's no problem for me, because like I said, I didn't think I'd be here in this moment. So I'm just grateful for what this game's given me at such a young age. So I'm willing to give it back out. So.
No, that's dope. That's what I want to hear. I want to just hear if you had even thought about that type of stuff. Really cool to hear that you want to give back and be in real estate. There are ways to help people outside of this, so that's cool to hear. Okay, this is my bonus question. So you tore your ACL, and I actually am a disabled veteran. So I got injured in 2018. It really affected my life, but quite honestly, you know how you say you playing with house money? Same here. I feel like a double agent. Like I served in the military for 8 years, and then I started doing this, and it's like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing in the first place. There's a certain type of resiliency that it takes to come back from a serious injury like that, and I wanted to kind of get some information on how that impacted you and how it's made you better, despite the fact that it was hard.
Yeah, when I found out the news, when I was sitting in reading my MRI and stuff, it was tough. Losing a season where a lot of people had expectations for me that were really high. I never, people were telling me they think I could do this and this and this and that. So, it was tough, for the first couple weeks, after, rehabbing and surgery and things of that nature. But, at the end of the day, I had to sit with myself and my thoughts and say, am I going to just stay at this point, or am I going to get better?
Right.
That was really my mindset, because if I stay at this point, I'll never get to where I wanted to be. And I'm a big UFC guy, and there was when I was, oh, are you?
Girl.
Okay, nice. Well, when I was hurt, Jamal Hill, the former light heavyweight champion, he said before he fought Glover, he said on like a podcast like this, he said, I'm scared to die without not knowing how good I can be. So that like really stuck with me when I heard that, like leading up to their fight, and then he won. So
Mhm.
he knew how good he could be. He was on top of the world. So I just couldn't. I wouldn't say I couldn't live with myself, because this isn't, obviously I know I'm more than a football player and things of that nature, but I just couldn't really yeah, like I said, I couldn't really live with myself if I didn't see, or at least try to get back to where I was and get even better and better and better. So during the process, I just had to take it more serious and do different things. And it's a humbling experience, because, like I said, with those expectations that people set on me, it was like, now I can't really shake them. People are believing in me. People are saying you can make this much money, this and that. So it's just, now I just gotta fulfill my destiny at this point, and I'm just gonna keep going and keep going and keep going until I can't no more. So that's why I just continue to just believe and keep doing it. And then I had this season, and that was it. And then now we're ready to go to Indy. So
Yeah, I think it does get to a point to where like you're looking some kind of working for the reassurance that you're doing the right thing, but once you get it and you're like, okay, I got something, then you just take off from there. Now I felt that on a visceral on a visceral level.
yeah,
Okay, you said you feel like you're the best guard in the country.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I do. I've been probably saying it since, I think, in 2021, when I was a junior, like a redshirt. I think a redshirt sophomore. I thought then I was the best guard. Obviously, we had Zion and myself. I think we were the best duo of guards in the country. I don't think anybody on tape did more than us. I don't think leading up to it, anyone was playing at a level that I was playing at, because I watch a lot of film. I think guys are, I think some guys are really good. I mean, I think I'm pretty good. I think I have flaws as well. I don't think I'm perfect. I'm not saying that, but I think I stand out more than other people. I don't think people, when you press play, I don't think people do the things I do. I think when you press play on my tape, I think people go like, wow, and say things I won't say on here. So so that's the difference in tape. I mean, there's obviously things to clean up. I understand that. They understand that. I'm not perfect. If I was perfect, I would say I wouldn't even, be debating it right now. I would just go. But I think I'm the best personally. I mean, you brought up the stats. I don't think in my career, I think maybe I gave up one sack, maybe. I think
That's
knowing I
that's
think in my 3-year career, and I don't remember the sack. I don't think I've ever gotten beat like one on one. It might have been on like a game or a twist or something, and I don't recall. And they just awarded it. But like, like having your quarterback know that at the right guard spot, you're not getting hit or sacked. How would you feel?
yeah, really
So through 12 games, however many snaps, you knew that Chris Mahogany wasn't going to let you get hit. You would feel great.
right.
So I would say I'm the best guard in the country.
We'll talk about it. We're going to drop the mic right there. This has been Christian Mahogany. I was so glad that you took the time to sit down and talk to me. We'll keep a lookout on your combine endeavors. I'll keep my eye on you for real. And I'm just so happy that we have this time together. Thank you so much for coming to see me and talk to me today.
Thank you.